All right, let's talk about Farragut, Tennessee. It's easily one of Knoxville's most sought-after suburbs, right? People love the lifestyle, the location, but the one question that always comes up is, what's it going to cost me? So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what your money gets you in the Farragut housing market. Let's dive in.
Look, Farragut is consistently one of the strongest, most in-demand real estate markets in the entire Knoxville area. Now, it's no secret that prices here are a bit higher than in some of the surrounding towns. But, what often catches buyers by surprise is just how much value they're getting back. And I'm not just talking about the house itself, but the entire quality of life.
So that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? When you hear these numbers, 500,000, 750,000, over $1 million, what does that actually mean? What does that look like in terms of size, age, and features? Well, let's break it down tier by tier. We're going to start at what you might call the entry point into the Farragut market. For a lot of people, that $500,000 mark is really where that dream of living here starts to feel possible. So, what does that look like on paper? Well, we're typically talking about homes built a couple of decades ago with a really solid footprint, somewhere around 2,000 square feet. This gives you a great starting point with, say, 3 or 4 bedrooms, which is awesome for a growing family, or if you need a home office.
Okay, so here's the deal. This is the trade-off. At this price, you're getting into an amazing location with these beautiful, mature neighborhoods. Big trees, a real community vibe. The layouts are solid and functional, but you should probably expect to see some original 90s or early 2000s finishes. Now, that's not a bad thing. It's actually a huge opportunity for anyone who's willing to put in a little cosmetic work over time.
So who's this perfect for? Well, it's the first-time buyer trying to get their foot in the door in Farragut. It's the young family where those top-tier schools are the #1 priority. Or maybe it's someone moving from a super expensive state who just can't believe the value. Bottom line, if you see a home that needs updates as a fun project, not a problem, this is your sweet spot. All right, let's move up to the next level. That $750,000 range, this is where a lot of people feel like they unlock the full Farragut lifestyle. We're talking more space, more modern features, and just more convenience.
And boy, what a jump you see here. The price bump brings a huge increase in space. Now we're talking about homes pushing 4,000 square feet. They're also quite a bit newer, mostly built in the 2000s and 2010s. That means more modern construction and systems, like your HVAC and roof that are in really good shape. Plus, you're getting more bedrooms and more bathrooms to handle a bigger family or just a more flexible way of living. This is where that lifestyle upgrade really starts to shine. At $750K, you're not just getting more space, you're getting smarter space. We're talking about those open floor plans that are just perfect for having people over, kitchens with granite countertops and big islands, and of course, those all-important bonus rooms or dedicated home offices that so many of us need these days.
So who's this for? It's that move-up buyer who's already in the area but just needs more elbow room. It's the professional who needs a home that can really blend work and family life seamlessly. And it's for anyone who just really wants newer construction and the convenience of being a quick drive from everything Farragut offers. So if that $750K price point is all about comfort and convenience, crossing that $1 million line is a totally different ballgame. That's the leap into true luxury, where the focus really shifts from just having enough space to having totally custom features and a whole lot more privacy.
Welcome to the luxury tier. Once you hit $1 million and up, you're in a world of homes that are defined by their premium finishes, their bigger lots, and those custom high-end details you see everywhere you look. At this level, yeah, we're well over 4,000 square feet, often with 5 or more bedrooms and multiple full bathrooms. A lot of these are custom-built homes, designed from the ground up for really comfortable daily living, but also for large-scale entertaining. So what does luxury actually mean here? Well, it means kitchens with those pro-grade, high-end appliances that chefs dream about. It means primary suites with bathrooms that feel like a spa and closets that are practically their own rooms. But a huge piece of the puzzle here is the outdoor living. We're talking screened-in porches, built-in grills, maybe even a pool, all sitting on a much larger, more private piece of land. Now, across all of these price points, from $500K to over $1 million, there's one common thread, one X factor that drives value in Farragut more than pretty much anything else. And you probably guessed it, it's the schools. The Farragut school zone is an absolute powerhouse. You've got this combination of top-rated academics and just a fantastic community reputation, and that creates this constant, steady stream of demand, especially from families who are moving into the area. This is the bedrock, the foundation that helps keep home prices stable, even when the rest of the market might be a little shaky.
And here's the most important part. You don't even need to have kids to benefit from this. The simple fact is, a strong school zone protects your investment. It guarantees that there's always going to be a wide pool of people who want to buy your house when it's time to sell. It's a win for every single homeowner in Farragut, period.
And that brings us to the long-term picture. Because buying a home in Farragut isn't just about the great lifestyle you get today, it's also about making a really smart financial investment for your future.
The Farragut advantage really boils down to simple economics. 1, there's just not a lot of land left to build on. 2, the town has very strict zoning laws. And 3, as we've already seen, buyer demand is always incredibly high. That combination has historically led to really steady appreciation, and it makes Farragut one of the safest bets in the entire Knoxville metro for long-term value.
So as we wrap things up, it really all comes back to you. We've looked at the entry point that gives you access and opportunity. We've seen the mid-tier that really delivers that full lifestyle, and we've explored the luxury tier that's all about custom comfort. So the final question to ask yourself is this. Considering all the trade-offs in space, in updates, in luxury, which one of these price points truly aligns with the life that you want to build?